Hi everyone, good afternoon. I am super excited to be back again on the Azams show. This is the very first episode of the show for this year. Today's show is more about announcements because I've got a few announcements to share with you. The first one, I'm just going to go right into it. The first one with the publication of the two new books on lockdown stories. The first one, which is actually the third volume in the series, 100 Empowered Voices. I know that some of the women in the book already have their copies, but mine has only arrived at the weekend. So I'm happy to share that with you. Yeah, this is my copy. I am super proud, super excited, and thankful to all the women in this book. Please, if you haven't ordered yours and your name is printed in this book, go straight ahead to my website and get yours. Thank you very much. And the next one is about the pandemic babies. Yes, we've heard a lot about that too, and it's been a long time coming. That book has now been published very, very recently. It was a tough work, I know, but it's here now, right in my hands, and I'm happy to share that with you. So, Pandemic Babies is all about babies born during the COVID-19 pandemic. Thank you very much. As far as I'm concerned, this is the first of a different segment altogether because this is about babies born during the pandemic. And I am happy that the moms actually agreed to work with me and have their stories shared and be published in this book. This one is a special one. I say it is special in the sense that, I know how difficult it can be for mothers with newborn babies, the stresses and the emotions and everything. I am saying this because, I've been through that 5 times myself. So I know how difficult it is to juggle the cooking, the cleaning and everything, all the chores. And then now I give you the task to write your stories, and which you've all done so brilliantly. Unfortunately, some of the moms did not make it to the finishing line. I know that, and I think that will be the basis of the next book. And I would like to take this opportunity to encourage all the moms in this book. Please get your copy. This book, sometimes I almost want to think that they're not meant for today's readers. Don't get me wrong. We are reading them, we enjoy reading them, but the main purpose of publishing these books is to make them available for the future readers. Maybe children that were born during this period that are too small, too little to understand the full impact of how COVID affected our lives. I am glad that I'm able to render this service, which I believe that is for posterity's sake. People would want to know about what happened at this, during this very period in the future. So it is more for the people in the future while we enjoy reading them now. Being curious is how you get to find out things that are happening around you, around your neighborhood and around your community. So I like people with curious minds. I am one of those people. I like to be curious. I like my curious nature because it gets me thinking all the time, and also helps me in a big way because it makes me to be interested always in wanting to find out what is going on around me and how I can support, how I can get involved, how I can actually also come up with some ideas of my own in ways to make things happen. That is the reason why I am even more proud now, to be able to continue to provide this service, even though it is more challenging now than when we first started with the first edition of the book. But yes, I must say that it's still very excited for me, yes, because it is different every day. You're dealing with different people every single day. So I'm still very excited doing what I'm doing. As human beings, we are always empowered to try new things and be confident and comfortable, in our own skin. That is one thing that I've always tried to encourage in all the people that I work with, because I've actually met some who would complain, from the onset that they don't have any stories, or perhaps they don't know how to tell their stories, or they have nothing to share with anyone. Some would say that the pandemic did not affect them in any way, and while that may be true, I try to encourage them, because I don't think that there is one person that was not affected by this pandemic. Or some would go to the point of saying that I don't think anyone would want to read my stories because they're boring. I don't believe that at all. I believe that each and every one of us has something that will make a good story. even the newborn babies that are just been born, they have something special about them. They might be too little to tell their own stories. The mothers take over that. The mothers always have some things to talk about their story. Their experience, even just giving birth, that is how your story begins, and that is where your story starts. So if you think that you don't have a story to tell, you just look within. So what I do sometimes, I just let them, I will ask them just one single question, like, so what have you been doing during the pandemic, during the lockdown? We're all in the lockdown, so obviously you must have been doing something. Or you must have had something that kept you going. And then they will start from there. And they will just talk and talk and talk and talk. By the time they finish, they've already told me all their stories. And that's exactly what I say to them. There's nothing more. You've told your stories already. Now you've spoken your story. You need to sit back, relax, jot down the points and take it one point at a time. You have a story. So if there is something that you were doing during the time in lockdown, that is where your story can actually begin. If you're really interested, you have a genuine interest in wanting to share your story, this is how you can actually get started. Sit back, think. When we were not allowed to go out, go anywhere, do anything outside of our homes, and we're locked in, what is that one thing that kept you going? That is your story. This is how we can all talk about our stories, talk about our experiences, and have something to write about. I have enjoyed my time working with these women and doing all of this and getting their stories published, especially each and every single time that I receive a new book is a very special time for me. Because I know that in it, there's been a lot of work, there's been a lot of talks, there's been a lot of phone calls, there's been a lot of, replies back and forth. And this woman really opened up, being able to trust somebody with your story, something that is supposed to be for you, because it is about your experience that you're coming out with to share with the world. So it's always a proud moment for me, not just for them. Then when I go through the pages and I feel really elated and ecstatic about it, because it's a huge achievement as far as I'm concerned. And there's some of the women, they really appreciate it, and I appreciate them too. So this is how the work has been going. So my advice is always to look inward. Look inside of you, sit back, take a moment to reflect. You will see your stories right in front of you. Book 4 is in the making, and I encourage you to come along if you would like to share your story in the next edition. I'm going to use this opportunity to let you all know that the new deadline for book 4 is now the 15th of March. And I'm also going to extend this to the women that are working with Monica for the Migrant Women's Book Volume 2 in Ireland. Also, with those in the UK with Jaswinda, this is also for you as well. If some of you will remember, I set up the SKYLINE Academy, offering so many different courses. That was a few years ago, and then we kind of went out of action for a while, but I'm just so elated. I'm happy to let you all know that SKYLINE Academy is coming back, and we are not just coming back. SKYLINE Academy is now a fully accredited course provider in the United Kingdom. It's just been approved by the CPD group. So yay. When people study courses, they want to acquire skills, new skills and knowledge, and this time around you won't, if you do choose to study with us, you won't just be studying for the knowledge alone. The skills and the knowledge now backed with a fully accredited certificate, CPD certificate. So yes, I'm looking forward to working with as many of you as possible, because we have so many courses on so many different topics. Okay, and we are going to try and make sure that we have most of those courses accredited as well. These courses can be studied in the privacy of your own home, at your own pace, at your convenience, and they are super short courses. But then you get all the skills, and then now it is going to be backed with a certificate that is now fully accredited. So yeah, that's another good news. But that is not all. Yes, I'm saying so because we have yet another big news, and this is something that I've actually mentioned before in one of my posts, and it is about the creation of a TV channel just for women. Yes, and this time around is going to be focused on women in business. We want to promote you. Yes, we want to promote you, and we want us to grow together. It is a movement in some kind of way, so I'm inviting all of you to please come on board. Come on, let's get this going, let's get this started, and let's make some success for ourselves and for our businesses. So congratulations to all of you in advance. We've only just gone live yesterday. The website went live yesterday, and I've shared the news with a few number of you, and everyone is excited, and some of you have already gone ahead to register, and I'm super, I'm grateful for that. Thank you so much. The Every Woman television, it is more about supporting women, about empowering women in business, and it does not matter at the level of your business. We are for small businesses, but even medium businesses and large ones can also join us. Why? Because we are going to be operating on the Roku channel. We have our website, and then we're going to have our social media sites as well, and then we have now also secured a weekly slot on the Sky TV channel, so that is something huge. More opportunities to promote your business, more opportunities, to give more visibility to your business. So, and this is we're talking about the worldwide audience. So I encourage you and I invite all of you to please come on board, and let's get started and let's get going. Yes. We start in March, but I'm taking bookings now. So I'm going to give you the details of the website, so you can just go there and register with a plan, take out one of the plans, and then we can get you started. And before I forget, I think we have some offers running there as well. If you register right now, there is a special offer for the early birds. You're going to save big if you do register right now, because it's a limited offer, and it's a very short period offer. It ends in this month, so I will urge you to take the opportunity, grab the opportunity while it's still there. All right, but whichever way, the good news is we now have a TV channel made just for women. Why? Because I think we're worth it. But we have nothing against the men, some of you know that I've already started something, like the small business TV before. So that opportunity is also there. When we get that one going, every other person is allowed to be on that platform of the small business TV. But Every Woman TV is for all women. That doesn't mean that you cannot, bring businesses that have to do with the men. Obviously, we are not living in a planet of our own. What is more important right now is we have the website that is live now. I will urge you to go over there and subscribe to one of the plans there. If you scroll down a little bit further, and you will see the early birds, there is a huge saving there if you do register now, if you do decide to register right now today. We are going to be operating on the Roku channel 24/7 and a weekly slot on one of the channels on Sky Television, which is massive. It's a huge opportunity for all of you women in business out there. I'm excited, and I'm inviting all of you to please join hands with me, and let's make this a success for all of us. I am looking forward to going into a brand new collaborations with so many more women out there. The website address is myeverywomantv.com. myeverywomantv.com. So I want to stop here, and I want to thank all of you for watching this episode and all other episodes of the Carol Azams Show. So until I come your way again next time, please do take care, and bye for now. Yeah.